Hello there, Sunday afternoon in January 2017, and this is a continuation of the parting off tool, the spring parting off tool that I copied from a subscriber by the name of Celso, quite a remarkable man. Builds all his own tooling, I believe, and lathe and milling machine. And I came across this video that he did on a parting off spring tool. When I finish this operation, I'll take it off and I'll show you the view of the tool close up. And I scaled this particular tool down from full size down to 0.6. I did it through draft site AutoCAD and scaled it down. It kind of looks small, but it is in keeping with the size of the lathe and the machinery. So I just took a little cut here just to see what was going to happen, and I have one little problem that I'll show you when I bring the tool up close to the camera. But the locking screw here, I found that if I don't lock this up really tight, then as I'm taking a cut, the actual tool bit moves in the holder. So I might have to do something about that. I only found that out on a small 3/8 diameter piece of steel. I've now got no idea what class of material it is or grade. It's a mold steel, and it could be free cutting, but I've never actually bought free cutting mold steel. All the steel that I have came from when I was working, when they had a box in the corner and offcuts were thrown in there. So I have material like this. It's a mold steel, but God knows what grade it is. It's certainly not free cutting. There's some more bits that they're mold steel, but no idea. So with that in mind, it's a mold steel but unknown quantity, or quality I should say. So I'm gonna start the machine up now, and I've got a bit of lubricant here, cutting oil. Actually it's a diluted stuff. It turns to white when you mix it, or this is actually pure. It's straight out of the bottle. It's not mixed with water or anything. But what I like about this is that when you use it on the machine, if you don't clean the machine down overnight, when you come out here in the morning, you have a clear oily stuff, cutting oil, that's on your machine. So because there's no water in it, or I've added any water, that's what I like about it, is it leaves an oily surface. So anyway, I'll start now. My buddy down in California, Larry Poindexter, he's already made one for his Taig. He made one for his mini lathe, 7x10 I think, and he's now finished one. He's waiting for bolts to lock it down on the cross slide, and he's now put up a couple of videos on YouTube giving a description and a example of how it works. I don't particularly like the idea of using this. I haven't got very much area of contact on the steel, but I didn't want to use the 4-jaw and take this out, because I was machining that down. That's another part of the old steel bits and pieces that I collected while I was working. So there you are. This billet, or this round, has a hole in the middle that was already pre-drilled to a depth of about, I don't know, maybe 3/16, and it's about a quarter, about 5/16 diameter hole in there. So I've got the tool bit sticking out at just under 5 inch, ½ inch. So we'll see what happens, I guess. I'll switch the machine on now and we'll start taking a cut. I have the machine running at 360. It'll probably slow down a little bit when I start making contact. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to have drip feed on there if I could, but so I'm down to 300 RPM at the moment. So as you can see, there's a nice strip coming off. I mark the back of the cutting hook tool to see if it's moved at all under the pressure of feeding in. Hope you can see that. I think this is probably a pre-cut in mild steel. I'll try an odd piece, another piece in there, just to see if there's any difference. Now, if you go to Oxtool.co, you'll see the principle of this design, the spring tool. He does a good explanation of the reason for this type of tool. And so if you go there and look for a video of his, it'll give you a real good idea of how this tool works and what it's used for mainly. This is a very old design. It goes way back to, probably early 1900s, if not before that. That's the belt slipping and the motor's still going. So this little Shoreline DC motor has quite a bit of oomph in it. But as you can see, there's no nasty crunching like you get with the solid set tool of this day and age. So maybe it works okay on larger machines. Yeah, see the material has moved a little bit in these three jaws. They're no good for this kind of thing. So if I'm not careful, I'm going to wind up. Get vibration, it loosens the jaws off. They're okay for working on small stuff with light cuts. Okay. Yeah, nice drip feed so that you can use both hands to feed it in would be better. It does cut nice. It must be the material, I think. It's probably a nice piece of material. So, bearing in mind that this moved in the chuck, there you go. But as you can see, the tool does work nicely when everything is set up properly and nice and secure. So this is the tool. Blow all the crap out. Okay, so this is the tool. It's a 1/4 of an inch thick. The scale dimension would have been 3/16, but I decided to leave a bit more meat on the thickness, and the blade is 3/8 wide, and it's a 62 thou thick, and it's parallel all the way down. It's made in Germany. It's a German blade, high speed, and the profile of the actual holder I did in a previous video. You'll see that if you're interested. Did that with CNC, cut that out, and attach the block, and the clamp head is just a 832 flathead screw, and I machined half of it off with the taper matching a taper that's drilled in the holder, so that as you tighten up, the taper of the head pulls the head down and it clamps the blade. There's clearance. I put some clearance underneath this section here, and a little bit more clearance here. I think it's about 25 thou maybe, and that allows no interference to take place when the spring moves in that way under the pressure of the cut, and this end lifts up, so there's no interference. So that's basically it. It's a very simple tool, and if you look at Ox Tool video, you'll get a good explanation of how it behaves and how it works, and it kind of makes sense. But I have Celso, I don't know his surname, but he's on YouTube, and maybe if you punch in Celso you'll get to his channel. He's quite a remarkable man, considering the disability that he has, but very ingenious, and I have to thank him for allowing me to view his video of the full-size tool, and also sending me some dimensions of his original tool, so that I was able to scale down so that it was suitable and looked in keeping with the Taig machine. So I'll call off now, and if this doesn't work too well with the overhang coming from the tool post, what my friend in California has done, he's built the same tool, but he's mounted it on a block that sits on the cross slide, and he's bolted down between the two T-slots, so it has a lot more stability and less chance of movement taking place in regards to this system. So anyway, his name is Larry Poindexter, and I'll see if I can find Celso's his second name. Just hang on, because he really is a excellent machinist. Where will I get that? Oh yeah, let's try here. Come on. Huh. So here we go. I think this is it. Okay, his full name is Celso, that's C-E-L-S-O, and his surname is, I can't pronounce it, but I'll spell it, M-A-S-C-A-R-E-N-H-A-S, and I believe he's down in South America. So thank you very much, Celso, if you're watching this video. Great tool and great design. Really appreciate it. Okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll put another piece of material in there and do another video just to see if there's any difference in the operation, the noise, the sound, the cutting action, and just see what's taking place. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you want to leave some likes or make any comments, then please do. Thank you.